I'm not going to be channeling Ashanti for the whole time. It'll be brief because there's not a lot. It's a bit of a process to get her in, and then she doesn't have a ton. It's not going to be like she can fill up a whole hour, I think. But I just want you all to know who've been to these before that I'm always looking to. Oh, sound. Oh, thank you. I check that. It's one of the first things I do is check my sound. Today I didn't, and it was low. So sometimes Zoom lowers it for some inexplicable reason. Um, the first thing I like to do when doing these events is start out with a group intention. So obviously, I think we all have the same intention, but we can still state an intention for, a peaceful, loving, life altering kind of engagement with ETs for ourselves, who are gathered here, and others, to bring about the advancement in consciousness for humanity, and also to contribute what we have to contribute as a human collective to the galaxy and to all the other beings, because they want to connect with us just as much as we want to connect with them. So let's set that intention now, and we'll do 3 ohms to send that intention, those intentions really out throughout the galaxy and throughout the universe. Breathe in with me. 1, 2, 3, inhale. Breathing in for a second one. 1, 2, 3, inhale. Breathing in for a third one. 1, 2, 3, inhale. Let's talk about something I've heard Bashar mention in quite a few of the videos I've listened to from him on YouTube, which is the ETs are noticing to what extent we can remember the contact that we've already experienced. So chances are, if you're sitting here with me on this Zoom or watching the recording, you've already had contact. And you just can't recall it. And it's not because some man in black used one of those cylindrical objects like in the movies, Men in Black, and pressed a button and wiped your memory. It has more to do with us. And this is why, for example, we would form a screen memory, which would replace the ETs that we saw immediately in our memory with deer or possum or raccoons or elk, depending on where you live, whatever it's being replaced with in our memories, to say, okay, this is what you actually saw. You saw these animals crossing the road or on the side of the road, not actual aliens. So that's us doing it to ourselves because of what we can and cannot handle. So obviously we want to be able to handle ET contact, and to be able to handle it, one of the ways we can do that is to be able to remember the contact experiences we've already had. And, one of the ways we can do that is by setting that intention as we're falling asleep and say, okay, I really want to have a dream where I'm remembering a contact experience, or have a new contact experience that I can remember when I wake up. And the more we can do that successfully, the closer we are to actual contact. So that's one way. There's also channeling them, doing telepathic kinds of communication, receiving downloads from them that we can see in our mind's eye, or hear in our mind's ear, or just know in our minds. So there's UFO, UAP, whatever you want to call them, spaceship sightings out there in the sky. That's another form of contact. The astral plane, anyone could learn how to do out-of-body experience and go to the Monroe Institute online or in person, if they still do in-person stuff there. Learn how to go out of your body and travel. Not everybody knows this, but you know how some people will go to parts of like South America, Central America, and smoke DMT so they can have an experience with other dimensions, and have a real spiritual experience, and probably connect with the ETs in that. Well, DMT is a naturally occurring substance that comes out of our pineal glands from 3 to 5 in the morning. So 3 to 5 a.m. is a wonderful time to make contact as well. And we already have that DMT within us. It already naturally is released. We don't have to go and get it from a frog's brain and smoke it somewhere in order to have DMT. But, that's one of those things where people believe they need to do that to have that experience, and so then it works. And then they put all their eggs in the being able to go back to South America, smoke some more DMT from a frog's brain, and you have some more experiences, instead of putting the eggs in the appropriate basket, which is ourselves and our abilities to tap in. Because we want to tap in, because we want to have that experience. That's the only requirement there. And so, of course, there's also timelines. We could talk about different timelines. People could say, well, I watched Stephen Greer, I watched David Wilcock, I watched Corey Goode, I watched Greg Braden, I watched whoever, Nassim Harriman, all these different people, and I'm learning about what's going to happen from these people. I'm being told this person's an insider in the U.S. Navy or Air Force or something, and they're posting these things, wherever they're posting them, and people getting all this information, right? Putting it out there, and a variety of us in the New Age, we like it. It's like candy, it's like, give me some stimulant here, give me some reason to believe that it's going to happen. But you're also getting one perspective and one person's vibration behind that, and one timeline. And so really, we have to look at human ET contact for the entire world, and our own personal ET contact as anything else, similar to anything else that we want to manifest. That it's really about choosing the vibration of it, and then putting out that vibration so we're on that timeline that we want to be on. Instead of saying, well, There's only one or two timelines. You hear the story of the splitting earth, the bifurcating timeline, as if there's only one, as if we've all been on the same timeline forever, and now because we've passed an important point in our evolution, now there's two timelines, which is ludicrous because, of course, there's an infinite number of timelines. And there are some that are more probable than others. There are some that, are more likely to be the timeline that we experience. We obviously want to harmonize with the one that's one of those likely probable futures. That's what Seth used to call them, probable futures. That is also one that we really like, and we like the idea of it. So that's our goal, really, is to put ourselves into the position vibrationally where we're experiencing a timeline for our own personal contact and for humanity's first contact experience as a globe, as a collective. And it's up to us to do that, and a lot of the things that will put us into the right frequency for that have nothing to do with ETs. It has nothing to do with aliens. If your greatest joy is stamp collecting, and if you spend, several hours a day with your stamp collection and going to shows where other people are showing theirs off and talking about stamps online and doing research, if that's your greatest joy, if that's putting you in the highest vibrational state, and that has nothing to do, and doesn't have to be stamps, could be coins, could be bottle caps, could be baseball cards, could be photos of celebrities that are signed, whatever the person's passion is. And of course, it doesn't have to be something you collect either. It can be going outside and watching birds or whatever, hiking amongst trees, anything at all that raises our consciousness, puts us in a higher frequency state, makes us a better candidate for ET contact. But also, there's also the truth here that we're not just talking about contact with a random extraterrestrial, right? That, like in the movie E.T., there was no previous connection between Elliot and the E.T. It was just that E.T. happened to get stranded in Elliot's neighborhood and wandered into his tool shed, But for us, we're going to be connecting with / have been connecting with our hybrid children, other us's from the same oversoul that we originate from, our galactic team members, meaning those who are friends and family from other star systems that have always been looking out for us, that are genetically related to us, or also related to us because of all the past lives that we've spent with them in other forms. So there's nothing random about the contact experiences that we are having and will have. It's all very much about meeting more of ourselves and more of the family that we already have. So that brings me to a process. I don't think we've done this one before, so let's do it now. A process for meeting hybrid kids. So close your eyes. You don't have to know that you have a hybrid child or hybrid children to engage in this process and benefit from it and really enjoy it. So just close your eyes, start paying attention to your breathing, and follow along with the words that I'm saying, okay? Just go along with it. As you get more relaxed and you pay attention to your breathing, you're going to get more locked into your heart space, into the present moment. And naturally allow your vibration to rise up. Some of you may have heard about this already, but if you haven't, imagine that the hybrid children who aren't already currently integrating into our society, because there are those who are doing that, but for those who will be landing after the Pleiadians or with the Pleiadians, and will be very much interested in acclimating to life on planet Earth, are going to want to find out what it's like to be here, how to fit in, how to acclimate to the weather and the food and the energies and the people and the gravity. They're going to be living in these little communities that will be set up. Bashar has called them enclaves. I'm not sure what the actual definition of that word is, but little communities that will be set up for them, that will give them that time to acclimate to Earth and our environment and the people here. So imagine that one of these enclaves has been in place with the hybrids playing and learning and running around and exploring nature in the nearby area. And then you get invited to go and answer their questions and meet them, and possibly meet a few that are your own, that are tied to you genetically through the DNA that you provided that helped to co-create them. Imagine yourself in a car going to the enclave. Being allowed in. Driving up to the structure where they all live together. And getting out of the car. And going to meet them. Being greeted by several of them at the door that are giggling. Happy, excited. Just as happy to meet you as you are to meet them. Wanting so much to show you what they've been creating, what they've been building, they've been painting, sculpting, the music they've created. And of course, you are very interested in all of that. Very interested in participating with them in whatever way they want. And some of them feel connected to you in some way and they want to hug you. They want to give you gifts that they made, knowing that you were arriving. They want to tell you their stories of what it was like to approach Earth from their ship and to finally land here on our planet, and what it's been like to explore our music, our culture, in all the ways, our foods. And you can imagine yourself going outside and playing with them, playing games they've invented and ones they've seen on our television programs. Perhaps kicking a soccer ball around with them. And at the end of the long day that you spend with the hybrid kids, you get back in the car, you drive off with your gifts, and you look forward to your next encounter while remembering all the joyous experiences you've had throughout the day. You can blink your eyes open now. So that's something, obviously, we can all play with at any time, that kind of process of, I wonder what it will be like. I wonder what they're going to feel like being in the presence of them. And of course, also, don't want to just skip over the fact, there'll probably be some Nordic Pleiadians there who are also very interested in connecting, and they're going to have their own vibration they're giving off, and talking to you about, the protocols and the things to do and not do with them. Okay, well, I don't want to put this off any longer. Let's see what happens when I channel Ashanti. And it may be Ashanti. It may be a collective of them that are on her ship. She's Essasani, which is Bashar's race, and started to come through at the prompting of somebody that I'm mentoring who decided that she was going to channel a Essasani being and wanted me to also do it. So I'll be meeting with her again later today, in fact. Okay, here I go. Let's see how this goes. It's very weird. I know my channeling is all very weird to some people. This is even weirder. Just so you know. I know how this must look. There's a lot of my tongue that will be sticking out, just so you know. Just trigger warning, I guess. Wonderful selves. Be your wonderful selves. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We want to connect with you when you are being your wonderful selves. Be who you are. We want to connect with you on your best day, holding your highest vibration. And of course, you would say the same about anyone that you were meeting for the first time. You would want to meet up with that person who was having a great day. You want to connect with other humans who are in the zone, so to speak. You want to be around those who are living lives of joy and freedom and love and peace and excitement. So of course, we want to meet up with you when you are doing the same. Yes, we still have a non-interference policy, meaning we are not coming to rescue you from your self-misery. self-imposed depression. You want to bring yourselves up using the tools that you know you have and meet us as equals, equals, equals on equal ground, equal frequencies. Create for the most meaningful interactions. So, yes, raise your vibration so you can be on a better timeline, but also do it because you know you want to put your best foot forward when meeting strangers from far away. Yes, yes, yes. We are always watching, always monitoring, seeing who is ready, who is handling their life challenges the best. We know that you all are capable of handling your life challenges. We would not want to rob you of the growth experience that is available to you through facing those challenges. Therefore, we wait. You all know you will live better, freer, happier lives when you face your emotions and your challenges, and you liberate yourselves from those heavy shackles and just be who you want to be, who you know you really are, in spite of conditions, in spite of your lives not yet changing, to give you something to feel good about. Katipatikutum. Tupakatikutupum. Putakatukutukupum. Ipatukotakutukupum. Tukatikatakutikutukupum. Takatikutikutupum. Feel the energies coming in with me. We are playful. We are high vibrational because we choose to be. Yes. Make that choice too. And be like us so we can be with you sooner than later. Very good. We will see you soon with all of our love. Ashanti and crew.
Come on. Come on.
He's unmuted. That was funny. Okay.
Come on.
Somebody was unmuted. All right. Clicking. Clicking. He does this thing too that has been doing for a long time where he does this. With his teeth, with Daryl's teeth. And somebody finally asked about it. I guess he was like, oh, I'm surprised it took you guys that long to ask about it. And he said, there's things that are being communicated through those sounds of the teeth coming together. That's actually another, that sound transmits something to us in the same way all these sounds are doing, all these clicks and tones and light languages and all these things that are all, transmitting information, whatever, in ways that are different than what we can convey with words. So I'm sure for most of you that was your first time hearing from her, and it's a lot of fun to channel Ashanti. I had to look the word up. I thought it's got to mean something, right? And it means thank you. And so one of the times when I channeled her, just for myself, it was all about how thankful they are for us because they wouldn't exist without us. They wouldn't even be able to have survived, their ancestors from that parallel earth that we call the Greys. Ashanti is so pleasant. Made me laugh out loud. Oh, good. Yeah, very early on when I started to channel light language, around that time, I was making different clicking sounds. It was more like, and this one was, so it's a little different, but clicking sounded like applause. Thank you, you're welcome. Very good. Nodding out. Oh, okay. Yeah, so these are the types of things to expect now more of is contact. Like I never would have said as a professional channeler who really looks up to Daryl, Anka, and Bashar that I want to channel a Essasani being too. because I feel like it's stepping on toes. It's sort of like saying, now I'm going to channel Abraham, or now I'm going to channel Seth, or somebody like that, where it's like, well, somebody else is already doing that, but my client got me to do it, and it's been so fun and interesting, and you know, I feel like it's worthwhile. It's worth continuing. So that's why I'm doing it. Um, so now, what else can we talk about here? Do you guys all know about the Spielberg movie that's coming out in 4 months called Disclosure Day? So a lot of talk about this year being the year of disclosure, right? There's a movie called Disclosure Day, written by the guy who wrote Jurassic Park screenplay. So he didn't write the book. Somebody else wrote the book, but screenplay for that was obviously very good. And you have Spielberg. He's got a good track record. And there's clicking from Emily Blunt's character as she is trying to read off the weather. Her character starts to do that kind of clicking and light language stuff. So yeah, looks very interesting. Bashar's calling this 2026 a year of disclosure. I think that it's probably better if it just happens like it has been happening in these little chunks, these little drops, a little here and there, kind of disclosing this, disclosing that. But also, every time there's some strange phenomenon in the sky that the U.S. Military and government can't explain, or England or any of these major countries would be able to go, yeah, we're not sure if it's aliens, and when they do that, they're planting seeds of saying it could be. We're now officially, as a country, not opposed to the idea of extraterrestrial life existing, or we're not trying to tell our population that they absolutely don't anymore, So that's pretty cool. Barack Obama, in an interview recently, said, he was asked point blank, he said, they're real aliens. He said, I never met them during my presidency, but they're real. And then I think the next day he kind of tried to roll it back a bit, but he basically was saying he knows they're real. So that's a pretty big, that's coming from a good source that the U.S. government knows that they are real. Your husband's not ready, doesn't like to talk about it. Obama said they weren't in Area 51. Oh yeah, he did say that. Yeah, and I have heard Bashar say something about Area 51, or somebody else. Maybe it was somebody else say it's where they do a lot of research, where they do a lot of top secret stuff, but they're not hiding aliens there. And that's why you can't go there, is because of all the top secret stuff they're doing. But possibly reverse engineering craft, like the one found in Roswell, New Mexico. So yeah, disclosure will continue, and I very much hope that it's not it doesn't get to be the narrative of one person, of one prime minister, one premier, one president who says, gives us the story that they want to give us, because I think it's better if it comes out in these drips and drabs, and people get to piece it together. But certainly disclosure is also something we're doing for ourselves. In other words, like I was saying before, remembering your own experiences, that's you disclosing something to yourself, disclosing it through your dreams, or if you do regression type stuff, in the regressed or hypnotized state, so that too is a part of disclosure. It doesn't always have to be some person standing in front of a podium with cameras and microphones saying what they want us to hear, saying what they want us to know. I do think so. I think I would be shocked if I had no hybrid children. I have heard Sometimes Bashar say to people who ask that question point blank, "You're still involved in the program, but you don't have the children." Never heard him say you have no, you have absolutely no connection to it. Um, but yeah, I actually wanted to go into my house that I grew up in. I visited the people who lived there. This was many years ago, over a decade ago, and I tried to get them to like. I didn't ask, but I was hoping they would just say, "Oh, you want to come in and see what the house looks like now?" But I went to the house I grew up in, and I was hoping to stand in my old bedroom and have everything come flooding back to me. Because I do think they visited, for sure, when I was a kid. So let's do some more like exercise type stuff here. So everybody, close your eyes and get relaxed. Start breathing more consciously, which will get you breathing more slowly and more deeply. Getting into your body completely, soul's consciousness and the soles of your feet. Opening up at the crown to let in more of your soul's consciousness. And right now, I invite you to let go of what anybody else thinks about ETs. Your spouse, your neighbor, your friend, your coworker, your children, parents, everybody, anybody, what they think about the possibility of ET life and us meeting that ET life in this lifetime, letting go of all of that, releasing it all, releasing all attachment to what anyone else thinks, any need to convince anyone else that you were right all along about the ETs, letting go of all of that. And focusing primarily on the feeling of connection, the feeling of connection to that which is not of this earth, which puts us in connection with another aspect of Source, another part of the whole that we truly are. Tuning into the feeling you want to feel when standing face to face with an ET. Feeling their love, their compassion, the activations and healings that they provide just by what frequency they give off. Knowing that you don't need any piece of technology, you don't need any med bed. You could just stand face to face with any extraterrestrial that you're picturing in your mind's eye right now, and noticing the glow that they have, the vibration they give off, that they are completely connecting with you on all levels, mentally and emotionally, energetically. You feel them. You feel their vibration in your bones, in your cells, in your bloodstream. You feel the connection that you have with this ET, realizing that they aren't a stranger at all just because you've never met them in this life. that you have eternal soul connection with them. That you feel no shame. You feel only their acceptance overpowering any self-criticism, self-judgment that you hold on to from time to time. And being seen by them, held in their gaze, is like being seen by the mother who's holding the baby for the first time in her arms and gazing into the baby's eyes. That's the kind of feeling you're getting from being seen, being known, being witnessed by this beautiful extraterrestrial being, or beings, if you want to imagine yourself standing in front of several of them. And what a beautiful, wonderful feeling that is, to just rest in their energetic transmission and feel it rippling through you, aligning you to the best version of yourself that you know is right there inside of you. And just imagine what this ET being would want to show to you, where they would want to take you, or what they would want to teach you. That you can use when you're not in their presence, to be able to get into this vibration again. Let them lead you to wherever they want to take you. To guide you into more of yourself. Tato kashikala katuru kanamuko. Nikoshkale tirikishkiri bunduru kuya tirikuria yaturu. Pushki tikitukuli putiki dikinikumbu yitikindi kurapuku. Pushki dikindi kidingundu dikindro bonduru yemani kishkuri boto puna bandura yambutuku yemabum. Tu dinin dinin tin 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 tun tun dinin dinin tin tun kun tin kandarin kadin kutu kutu. Vintirin kiri kundu lukati tiri kuru kanda titi kuru kalambando kati kiti kiti kikum. Dikiti kiti katuku shumbu kutare tiri dindi dindi tundurundarandandindi. Ukulula dindi tudu kutu 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 kumbum pinkitingidingindi kutu. Vidikine kutu 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 kundo tu kulu kulu kundo tutu kutoro toro tondo. Bididididididin dun 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 didididididin dun 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 bidikidikidikidi kundo luku. Turukura kara kiri 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 kuya buya buya dundu dundu rakanda tinda didi kuya buya dirikinda ringara katike tum. Badakalakulaka din 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 di du 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 dum bum gondo you da 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 no 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 ti di 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 ti di 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 dum bo bum bo bi di 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 dum bum bum tuku 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 shantidi ti di 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 ti ten di ti di 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 dum do 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 you do you do 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 den 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 don don ding 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 don 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 Buddha 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 boom 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 be di 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 do 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 nen 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 Tukurukurukudan di 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 din di din di 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 din di do 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 dum num 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 do 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 din di din di din di din di do din 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 num 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 din 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 num do 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 dun 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 do 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 dun dun din 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 ding din 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 num pin din 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 num dun num 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 ding din 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 num ding din 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 num bidi din 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 dun 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 yen din 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 dun 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 din dun num num din 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 num num dun din num 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 do ya da 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 do 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 dee dum boom be ni 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 no no me ni ni na na no 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 yen ni 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 no do 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 dum bo yen ni no 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 ni 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 yen na 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 Boo go boom 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 no 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 ni 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 no ni 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 no Bada gada 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 go mum mum boya de 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 dum mum mum ni 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 no mum mum ni 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 no 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 kum mum 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 Bidi di ni 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 num kin ni 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 num ko 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 ro to ro tum Vidi di 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 do no 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 yin ni 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 no 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 boom 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 Di 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 dum ni 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 num 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 ni 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 num 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 di 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 dum ve di 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 dum bo du 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 dum ni 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 num ki ni 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 num di 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 ni 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 num bo ni 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 num ni 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 num Di 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 din di din di din din di do 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 dum tinga do you do you do you do you do 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 dum 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 vidi di 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 go 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 vidi di 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 dum mum mum me ni 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 num mum mum me ni 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 num 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 ni ni num 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 They don't still need DNA. They don't still need DNA. No. Okay. And the other answer to that question, Marta, they didn't want to have a million or millions of babies all at once, so they staggered. They didn't just say like, okay, we're gonna. And time also with like Sasani and Yael beings, they went off to a different dimension where time works differently. So it's a valid question, obviously, but the truth is they're not doing the hybrid program anymore. It's done. It's completed. It was a success, but they didn't want to have all the kids born at the same time for obvious reasons. I was born in New Mexico while my father worked for the U.S. government there, and he went to a UFO landing site using his military clearance of the Little Liberty. That's very cool. Very cool. Oh, well, okay. Thank you guys for being here, and I hope you enjoyed it. And for those of you who are going to go to sleep soon, I hope you have interesting experiences and dreams. And I will see you back whenever. Thank you. Much love to you. Channel panel in San Diego. Yeah, I hope to see you there. Yep, I'm excited for that. Okay, good night, guys. I love you guys. Bye bye.